It's been about a month now, and just thought I'd give you a quick review on Charlie and his new home, his top fin Bettaflo tank. And I have to say, I personally love this tank. As you can see, Charlie's got a new roommate in here. We affectionately call Salt. And we also have a Nerite snail. Between the two of them, they've cleaned up every bit of algae. This leaf here was completely covered. I don't know if you've seen any pictures that I've had, whether I've actually posted them or not. Anyways, yeah, this one here, you can see a little bit left. That was also covered with algae, and they're cleaning up everything. I haven't cleaned up the tank as far as wiping down the sides or cleaning off the leaves, and you can see really no algae. Between those two, they take care of it. And the plants are live. Mossballs, plants, all that's live. I kind of recommend that if you're able to. Live plants just make it so much nicer. And we just had a power outage yesterday. 23-hour power outage. Now, I know bettas usually swim around in tanks that don't have any kind of a water flow. And as you can see by the shimmer, this has very low water flow. I set the pump at the lowest level. And wasn't worried about Charlie, but the other fish and the snail, kind of a little worried about those two, possibly needing any oxygen down there. But I think between the mossball and the plants, they never seemed to struggle at all through the whole power outage. The Salt, the little fish, was out there eating the entire time, having fun, plucking away. And the snail, I kind of worried about him being dead after 23 hours, and as you can see, cruising around on the wall, does not seem to be any worse for the wear. So live plants, if you can do it, do it. As for the inch per rule thing, I get it. If you've got the time, you've got the money, if you can afford something bigger, get something bigger. But Charlie seems to be fine with this tank. He swims around because it's a big lap, it's a big circular, it's a big NASCAR track. But he swims around it, he goes up and down, he's in the plants. Every now and then he'll park for a little bit, but his parking is very short. This fish is active. He's always up and down, he's always moving, and that's definitely what I like. So as far as this tank goes, I highly recommend it if you've got a betta fish. This is, to me, it's practically perfect. If you can get bigger, if you want to get bigger, go ahead, but there's nothing wrong with this tank. It's very nice. The pump is extremely quiet. Yeah, I don't hear it, and I love that because I don't like hearing pumps. When I used to have all my tanks, I used to do everything I could to make sure you could not hear the pumps. Trickling water is okay, but I have this to the point where, as you can see, it's just barely flowing over the top with the filter in place, so it just gives that shimmering effect, but you don't hear the water trickling at all either. So this is a quiet piece of equipment for my house, and that's the way I like it. If you hear water right now, that's the sprinklers in the front yard. But as far as this tank goes, if you want a small tank and it gives your fish enough room to move, this top fin Bettaflo, I definitely recommend it. Perfect.